Hi, Dawn Lewis here, and today I have a Lawn Fawn Booyah tutorial for you. This is a card I absolutely winged as I was filming this, so let's get started. I've used a large stitched rectangle die in my Big Shot to cut a piece of watercolour paper to use as my panel. To this I'm adding some tumbled glass and then faded jeans, and after that is Salty Ocean Distress Inks. Now, I started off with one idea and then I decided to switch it up, inspired by a video by Jennifer Maguire where she stamped with water onto distress inks, and I wanted to give that a go, so I beefed it up. I've used a mini mister, and at first I decided to spray my stamps and stamp, but it really wasn't very effective, I'm afraid. So what I decided to do after that was to just spritz some water on my craft sheet and then stamp into the water like I would with ink, and that actually worked really well. I was quite impressed with the effect that I got from this. Now, when you do first stamp with water onto distress inks, it doesn't look super impressive. It's still wet and shiny, but as it dries, it really intensifies the effect, and I hit it with my heat gun just to make it happen a little bit faster, and it came up an absolute treat. I was so happy with these sort of ghostly images in the background. I did trim down my card base so that it would be a lot more even, and then I've coloured in my ghosts with Copic markers. I've only used C0 and C1 for my colours. I did have to refill in the middle there, and what I did was I coloured before I stamped the faces on because I wanted to stamp them with archival ink because it's nice and bright, and then I fussy cut them exactly on the edge. To accessorize my little ghost, I picked up a stamp, but instead of picking it up on the back, I've picked it up on the front, because what I'm going to do is ink up the back of the stamp using some distress ink. The bow, I'm using worn lipstick, and I've stamped it a few times just so it really saturates, and then gone over the top, flipping it around the right way so that I've got a really cool coloured in bit. Isn't that cool? You use shaded lilac for the lollipop, which was super cute. I tried a couple of others, but I like this one best. And I've used shabby shutters for the heart. This set comes with a solid and an outline heart, so I stamped the solid heart in green and then outlined it. Now, I played around a bit with how I was going to place my ghost, and when I did this, it actually just covered up that cool effect. So I changed my mind completely and started adding solid stars with the white ink, and I added outline stars to fill in all the places, and I was so happy with that. I popped up my ghosts with some foam double-sided tape, and I played around with their placement. I like them like this. A little glue pen just to add the accessories onto the ghosts, because we're making a Ghouls Night Out card, so I wanted them to look a little bit girly. I've used archival ink again to stamp the greeting, Ghouls Night Out. Just on a piece of scrap white cardstock. I always keep my scraps, especially for greetings on cards. And I'm just going to trim that down. And I always go by eye. I really never measure anything. And just a little double-sided tape runner and pop it onto some black basil with a nice even border, and then I'll trim it down again to fit. Don't ask me why I do it this way. I just do. I find it easiest to eyeball the border around it. Always check your card bases right way up. I've got some strong double-sided tape on the back of that watercolour paper, just centering it there on the card base, and it's done. It's so good. So the little ghosts, I figured out how I wanted them. They're going across the middle there for our Ghouls Night Out card. And as I was sticking them on, I was thinking it wasn't blingy, it needed something else. So I've added on the greeting, and then I pulled out my Wink of Stella. I have a clear one. I'm in love with this. This Wink of Stella pen and the archival jet black ink, I just adore them. So the Stella gives it this beautiful, beautiful shimmer for our pretty ghosts. I do hope you enjoyed that tutorial. If you're looking for the Booyah set here in Australia, I stock it in my store at dawnlewis.com.au. I'll pop a link down below so that you can find that. Full details of this card are on my blog. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you next time. Have a crafty day, everyone. Bye.